מסכת Zevahim Daf, Sadi Dalit, starting from Sadi Rima Amud Bet by the Mishnah, like 17 lines from the bottom. And it tells a hour of blood splattered on the hide. Ashalov shut up the hide, it's not taken off the animal yet. Anytime kippus, you don't have to wash it off. Mishav shut up, the animal was already, the hide was already stripped off. Town kippus need to launder it. David B. That's going to be that. Rabbi says, Af me'ashav shut, anytime kippus, even if it's taken off, you don't need to wash it. Ela makom adam, you only have to wash the place that got the blood on it, not the entire garment. But the var shehuda oil ketel tuman, also something that only able to become tameh, like a vessel. But really wasn't able to wash it. Washed. Had a beged, had a sack, had a ouch in the kibbutz, a cloth garment, sackcloth, which is made with goat hair and hide. They only need to be washed. But kibbutz makom kadosh, and it has to be done in a holy place as well. Which basically has makom kadosh, and if the earthenware gets dirty, you have to break it in the holy area of the chatzir. Also, the purging and rinsing of a copper vessel that was something was cooked in also has to be done in the chatzir. The fact that you have to wash the blood out of the garment, that is something that the hatat is more uh, chamor strict than the Kodesh Kodeshim animals. Okay, we're not really having this concept. Ten Brown says the beged, the pasuk is beged, and the other beged, now garment has to be washed. Minan Rabot Ard Mishal Shai, I know that if a hide after it got taken off the animal also be washed. And the Mara should use aleh techabes. Yachol Shani Merbe or Ashlo Shad. Maybe you might think even that would even include hide that was not yet off the animal yet. Talmud Mara, the pasuk says beged garment. Ma beged are really kabot man, just like the garment is something that's able to become tameh. Of course, anything else also that's able to become tameh can also become uh needs to be washed. The other is going to be the other man says no beged mentions garment and the other beged only garment. I mean I don't know about Sakai, I know even the goat hair stuff with Chomer beged or any other type of garment. The Marav the Pasuk says, Allah techaves you shall wash. Yachol shani merbeh or shim shat. You would have thought that I should also wash a hide after I've taken off the animal. Talmud Marav the Pasuk says beged garment. Ma beged davar mikvah l'zman, like the garment, something that's able to become tameh. Of course, anything else also able to become tameh is also included in that. Therefore, a strict hide, it's not a vessel, not no usage for anything. Therefore, it can't be able to become tameh. My bad. What's the difference? Whereas my bad, the difference is matlit tehutan b'shashei kavanah. The difference is if you have a cloth it's less than 3 by 3 fingers. Mandam if it has to be eligible to become tameh, hanam then since it's technically a garment, it can become tameh. The Ibai Hashila, because if he wants, he could make it, have intention for it to use like a patch. Once you have intention to use a patch, it becomes like a usage of a kli, and therefore it's able to come to me. It has to be something that's able to come to me. Hamiha labak kabotuma, since this thing is too small, it can't become to me, therefore it will be excluded. And Rama has a different explanation. The surah difference is whether or not you wanted to have a garment that you wanted to embroider something on it. If it has to be eligible, it's still considered eligible. Because he wants to cancel the embroiderment and it's a full-fledged beged. Since it's not embroidered, it is not able to become tameh. Romar give an example. Even though the difference is whether or not you have a cloth that you wanted to use like a mat to sleep or eat on, that you want to trim it. You still want to trim it. It's not up to the size yet. If you want to say, according to the Bidah, it has to be fit for Tumam. Hanam Riyad is also fit because you could use it for that without trimming. Mandamar Adam Tumam is something that El will become Tameh. Halab Tumam, since he didn't trim it yet in his mind, it's not a way for it to be Tumam. And I'll even prove it. Right? Most times, Vatana means a question, but here and there it's brought as a proof, and Rashi almost always right. Vatana ben Yahuta. We have it here as well. Rashi, like a little bit past halfway. Ben Yahuta, that's a proof. Rabbi Shimon ben Zau there. Spread. Cloth spread, they wanted to trim it. Tahora, actually considered Tahora can't become Tameh until you trim it. Next, in town kibbutz, only the place of the blood needs to be washed when it gets dirty. Yeah, then you would have thought that if it's splattered on one part of the beged, you have to wash the entire beged. The sprinkling, only where the blood is, you have to wash. Next, mention only things that are able to come to man. Stomach Ribah, we see the fact that it mentions his opinion, so it's anonymously mentioned, like Rabbi Yehuda, who that's what he held. Next, Ra'ul Kibbutz, able to, it becomes eligible to be washed. The Ma'ute Kli Devar Digredehu, that excludes the vessel, because that's scraping, not laundering. Next, حالة بيجي حالة ساكن all the different things. Remember the عرض بعد كيبوسه one second you're saying that leather is able to be washed. فمن يستيرا هيتعرض على الشاشات if there's a pillow that has disgusting stuff on it on Shabbat. You want to wash it off on Shabbat. ممكن حب من فرطول. You can wipe it over the rag. هيتعش عرض the pillow made out of leather. متين هذا معي مش داخل. You just pour water on it until it disappears. So we see the fact that you can rinse it on Shabbat means it's not considered rinse leather on Shabbat. It's not considered laundering. عربية لا كشف مسيرة هاي بدأنا هاي آخرين مشان شباب different opinion according to Hamim. Our Mishnah is according to Aharim, which is Meir. Remember it says "Veged b'asar v'kavazov," that like we see, but it says that the blood splatters on a garment or goat hair. I clean the arm if it's a vessel or leather, scrape it. Aharim Aharim that people say "Veged b'asar v'kavazov," you go wash it. I clean in the vessel, you scrape it. Now, Kiman Azahad Amar Barashi, what does he hold like? Who holds like him? It means again, because he used to say many times, have I come in the negative? I used to be in front of Rav. I used to wash, I will rinse his shoes in water on Shabbat. Kiman who's according to must be Krabanan, according to Rabbanan, who holds that leather is not considered laundering, that's why it's mutar. Marava, when we ikam amanda mar all lav kavisu 1 second. Does anyone really think that leather can't be washed? Bakti Basus is outright. The habeged, oh hasheti, oh ha'erib, oh ha'kli, kol kli or shet techabes. Yachi, for any type of laundering by Tzaraat, you can't wash off anything. The Gemara says, "Amarava kira matatin berakim." When the pasuk said laundering leather, and the Mishnah which says you laundering is from soft leather, everybody agrees. Kipligi was machloket pakashin hard leather, machloket whether or not it's considered washable. Amar Rabbi says, "Zin sakin have kamina kimederav." 1 second. He used to wash his shoes and the rabbi's shoes on Shabbat. How's it mutar? It's a sore. Soft leather. The Gemara says, "Bekashin hablan." Those hard shoes according to Hachamim, so that's why it's mutar. Hadmar rather actually changes his mind. Blood milta what I said was not correct. Neko nema leather kala de chiktan rachim kedivan. Should we take that? Say that the pasuk is only talking about one type of leather? It's weird to establish the pasuk as talking about soft leather only. Mila skin b'chlei achazak havarim b'midat yam. We're talking about even utensils made of hard cooked leather that came from overseas. They come and Hamim say the Torah says you could still you have to wash it. Amar Abar says in regard to Sirat, Kevin the Megufeka, but since it's coming from leather itself, that weakened leather, Umash Vedarach made it soft, and that is launderable. Abar says, I have a question. Hakash, this is my question. Karim Usatot Dirakino. How will you explain halacha that if you have soft pillows and cushions, or if pillows made of leather, you can pour water to wash it? Question. It's laundering. Gemara says any laundering without scrubbing. Lush make kibus and laundering. But what he said, what about the water case of the rabbi's shoes? Yeah, because he's rinsing it. You can't rub it. Either soft shoes according to everybody, or hard shoes according to Ahari. If that's the case, then how come you can't pour on a cloth pillow? Why is it unlimited to leather? The Gemara says, Beged shiriatozel kipuso. In the case of cloth, by wetting it, that's laundering. You don't need to rub it. Rabbi Tamani Rabbi goes over an opinion. Rabbi says that if someone throws a handkerchief in water to wash it on Shabbat, chayav. Also throw flax into water. Flax seeds also considered washing. Especially doesn't make sense according to a handkerchief. Avei laundering. Why is what's the problem with the flax seeds? You're saying it might grow. Any type of seeds. Why specifically flax? The word says the flax seeds have a type of mucus that comes from it when you're in water, and therefore cause them to stick. Yachim Shalachim Nami, in this case, the rawhide also would stick. By the flax seeds, by sticking, he's doing kneading, the melacha of kneading, because you're basically combining stuff into one big mess. Mutar to launder a shoe in Shabbat. V'amarav hiya barashe. Zimin sagin hava kamid Rav v'shachid l'gimsan. What case of the rabbi washing other rabbi shoes in Shabbat? Sheshuch ina v'kol rinsing yes, laundering no. Where it says Hadar Okira va Omara Allah Abdirash. He brought his speaker back to his side to make a new announcement. The Vadim Shemar the Fnei what I said 42:4. Ta'ut he made a mistake. Beram kach amru. The truth is Hachamim said Sheshuch mutar kibus asor. Rinsing is mutar, laundering is asor. Next part of the Mishnah. Hakibus b'makom kadosh, it's longer in the holy place. Mina min hayno, the tenor banan, techaves b'makom kadosh. Shiras kli has min hayno, also breaking in the earthenware vessel has to be done there. Tamar kli chares asher tivushal bo yishaber. Merika shtiva b'kli nechosh min hayno, also the hot rinsing and the purging of the copper vessel also has to be there. Tamar b'im b'kli nechosh b'shula murak b'shutav b'mayim. Next, we said this is why the Hata is more stricter over the Kodesh Kashim in this aspect. The verse is Betul Akad, no other stringency. Va'ika shin has the ma'av, but also the other stringency in the Hata that if its blood can enter on Yom Kippur into the Hechal, into the Hechal. Verse no, but Hataot, that he's going outside Hataot general. Because if she has the ma'av, Lefnim Besla, even outside, if the blood enters inside, it's still pasul. Verse Rabbi Akiva, talking to Rabbi Akiva. The Amar called the Mishnah, Hechal, Chaver Besla. Any blood that enters, if it's trying to bring kapara, is not making the pasul. Therefore, it cannot mention that stringency because it applies to all korbanot. Where it says shekem mechaprin al hayir, but still, ador hatat's more strict because it gives kapara for karet people. Mar says bechatat mishiat called not referring to the person who's bringing hatat because he withheld testimony. Mar says okay, shechin do not dabar amar but the hatat also has another stringency because he needs 4 applications of blood on his back. Mar says the karishmal, the karishmal, then mar called him to he says all blood needs all korbanot needs 4 applications. Although the Karnot one saying that Hatan needs 4 corners in his Mizbeach. The one says the Tameach, according to what you just said, Ha'ik Keren also no string sees the horn. Ha'ik Aitzvai also no string sees the finger. Ha'ik Ahudai also to be in the edge of the horn, edge of the Mizbeach. Ella must be there's many reasons. Ella how many times Tlata Hamlin Nakat, we take a few of them, but not all of them. We just mentioned that this is one of the stringencies. Doesn't mean all of them.